This is the 2024 Mercedes Benz E Class. This is an E350. Is it a great alternative for the S Class? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today, Carrie and I are obviously at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport. And for those of you who might say, well, what's the deal with the title? Well, for those who might want something that's very similar to an S Class, a lot of those features that you'll find on the S Class, you'll find them here as well. But you won't find the S Class price. So if you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link down in the description of the video on any vehicle here at Mercedes-Benz. Let's dig in to what we have here. And we start off with a vehicle that is fully redesigned from the ground up, even to the point of having rear wheel steering. That is something that is going to be an available option. Let's see what we have here on the front end with our headlight design. Obviously, everything is going to be LED. A very nice look with the daytime running lights up here, what we have in the bottom area here, and of course your headlights. A really nice, sleek look. Just the design going off to the side like it does. You don't have as flat of a front end necessarily as you might on some vehicles, so it gives it a nice look. It also helps with aerodynamics. Speaking of that, no faux vents here. You have the active air curtain right there, and I tell you what, you can really see the light through there, so you know that that's flowing quite a bit of air. That's a good thing. More lighting here. Here's an option. It's not a standard feature, but you're going to have the lighting surround on the grille right here. That really sets things off. We're just in the right atmosphere here in the Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport showroom to show you that, so that's a good thing. Obviously, your large Mercedes-Benz logo. A more upright look, a little bit wider stance, we'll say here, or wider design with the front grille. And I know there's a lot of people out there that say, I don't really like chrome. You need chrome on a high-end vehicle. It fits, it's right, but you also had that balance of the gloss black or the piano black finish, as a lot of people call it, not only here around the grille area, but also here on the bottom. So all of that is there. It looks nice. It's not too much. And then as we work our way up, well, the hood seems to be just right as far as the different lines here. You've got this center section that just, well, I think it looks appropriate for what it is. No matter what you go with, if you go E-Class, you're going to have the 4MATIC all-wheel drive. In this particular case, we have a very nice, classy look with the 20-inch wheels. I tell you what, you can't get more luxurious, I'd say, than gloss black when it comes to these wheels. I don't think chrome would fit in this particular case. And for those of you who like turn signal indicators built into your side view mirrors, that's definitely going to be here, nice, large, and bright. The gloss black mirror caps, take a look at this. Here are the flush-mounted door handles. When we go to unlock the vehicle, let's see if we can do that. Come on. There we go. Had to get that to work. Don't know why that wasn't working for me. Carrie wants me to leave bloopers in the video, and so instead of having to section them out, I'm just leaving them in. But we'll have Carrie come in and show you right here. Hopefully that shows up well. You have a lot of light around that, some LED lighting. That definitely is going to help out after dark. And I don't know how well you can see it. I don't even know if it's on right now. I don't think it is. Let's see if we can do it right here. Well, it's not going to work, but we'll show you later in the video. You will find your blind spot monitoring, power adjustable side view mirrors as well. Very, very classy look. When we look up here onto the top, something that I know a lot of you definitely want in your vehicles. You don't like those conventional, maybe we should start calling it an old school style sunroof. This doesn't have that. It has the panoramic sunroof. And you can see that similar look to the S Class, even though, yes, it is a smaller vehicle. As far as the overall design goes, let Carrie give you a good view from front to back. You see it at the front, you see it in the middle, you see it in the back as well. And something else that's very interesting back here, I really don't need to say too much about it because you can see what it is right here with the logo that's going to be within those taillights. A very classy look one way or another. Whether you like it or not, I think it looks really good. Mercedes logo right here, and the 4MATIC logo. You'll obviously have your E350 logo there on the side. And right here, they are faux exhaust outlets. But you know what? I think I would rather at least have that than nothing at all. It just gives it that more performance styled look. Speaking of performance, let's talk about what's under the hood on this particular model. And there's a couple of different engine options you can go with under the hood. In this particular case, we're looking at the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It makes 255 horsepower. The torque numbers come in at 295, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. It does have the EQ mild hybrid system. And let's talk about MPGs. And we'll come over here and take a quick look at that. In fact, I'll let Carrie come in here and show you real quick what those numbers are. Achieving those numbers, well, it's probably going to depend on how you drive, but they are 24 city, 33 highway, 27 combined, and 3.7 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And if you're curious to know, how big is your gas tank? That's something you don't hear about a lot in these videos. By the way, you do not have capless fuel fill. For those of you who don't like that kind of thing, here's how this system works. You have an old school gas cap. When you're filling that up, it can hold a potential of 17.4 gallons. And for those who are wondering what the remote looks like, well, here is what the remote looks like. But there's actually a few things to talk about here where this is concerned. You notice that the door handles are tucked inside of the doors right there, flush mounted. Well, there's a few different ways you can get those to pop out. Here's one of them. Now, something else you might notice right here. If the battery dies, guess what? You have the ability to use a key to get in. Where is that key located? Here on the back of the remote is this button. You'll push the button right there. There is the key. Now you might wonder how you get that in there. Let me let Carrie come around this side and we'll switch places here. So watch this. When you open the door, in fact, let me use both hands here just because it's easier. You could actually hold the handle back like that. That will make it a little bit easier to do that. And keep in mind, if the battery does die, that handle is actually going to be even easier to pop out like that or to pull on and have it come out. So that's where your spot is for your old school lock. And let's talk a little bit about usability. We will open the power assist trunk right here, and you can see the space that you have right here. One thing that I think would be interesting to find here is a comfort box. If you don't know what that is, that's the box that you can pull out and push down on. You can put whatever you want to in there. So 19.1 cubic feet of cargo capacity. I'll let Carrie come in right here and show you what we have, because here is one of the two releases. I'm going to let Carrie show you this in action. So when I pull on that, the seat is going to come down, and I'll let Carrie release the other side over there because there's something else to tell you about right here. So we'll let him go ahead and do that. Here is how everything looks maximized. However, there is another option here. Let me get everything back in place as far as what you can do. Let me see if I can get to it. You also have a pass-through. So a nice little option as far as a couple of different potentials for your configurability, depending on if you have passengers back here or what your situation is. And last but not least, in this area of the vehicle, you have your two buttons right here. For those of you who may not be familiar with Mercedes Benz, you can push this button to close the trunk by itself, or if you want to lock the interior as well, you can push that button. But since we're about to hop into the interior, I'll push that button on the left. And let's talk about the back seat area, because there are some very interesting things back here. First of all, with the door panel right there, Carrie can show off the great looking ambient lighting. I really like what Mercedes-Benz has done here. There are a couple of different areas with ambient lighting. You can make changes accordingly. And something I have never seen, that I can think of at least, on any vehicle before, is you can lock and unlock the interior from the back seat, from the back doors back here. That's very interesting. And as far as the armrest goes, that's pretty comfortable. At least the back portion seems to be really comfortable. I like that. I think that works. And then you have a very large door bin, pretty cavernous for what would be considered an executive sedan. But one thing that I thought was really interesting, I'd call innovation right here. It has to do with the latch system. So you don't take these off. They're not really spring loaded where you move them up and out of the way. You just do that. And when the seats are removed, or whatever the case is, you just push on the top and they go back into place. That's pretty interesting. I like to find stuff like that when automakers come up with things that are out of the ordinary. And here's your armrest. You will double push the, let's see if I can do this. Come on. Tom's not used to doing this. There we go. double push for your cup holders to be revealed, or your very slim storage space. I guess that's what that's for, but very interesting to say the very least. And let's see here, sitting straight up at 5'10", I do have some space above my head. I hope that shows up. And I know earlier we talked about the panoramic sunroof. It's really kind of a split sunroof of sorts, but it is definitely a lot more glass, allowing light in with the shades drawn back. Obviously, you can move those into place or out of place depending on what you want to do with that. But plenty of room, plenty of light. It's not conventional size. And we're going to have the storage pockets on the rear of both seats. Quite a bit of space there. We will also have the air conditioning vents here on the rear. A little bit of storage right here, and I don't know how well you can see it. Let's see if I can do something to change that real fast and give you the opportunity to see those USB ports down there. There we go. We got those to light up. That's the back seat. Now for the really impressive part, the part where most likely you're going to spend all of your time. Let's take a look at the front seat. Okay, for those of you who are saying, all right, Tom, I've seen a lot so far. I'm really curious to see what else is going to be in the front seat area, but what is the price before we go any further? $81,570 as this model is spec'd out. Let's see what else you get for the money. We'll start with the door panel on the passenger side, and something very interesting. Animated ambient lighting, as you can see. And it's not only changing there on the door, but when Carrie, not yet, but we're going to get him in the interior here, you'll see it changing on the screen as well when you're in the appropriate place. Large door bins there, a little bit more space than what we had in the back for the door bin snob in your lives. Well, tell him to call shotgun. And then the armrest. What does Carrie think about that? Is that comfortable? Is it acceptable? It must be. He's giving us the thumbs up. And as you would expect, you're going to find your power adjustable seats. The power adjustability is going to be, okay, let's get rid of that. She's as bad as Siri is, talking when I don't need her to, but you can see all the controls for your seats. You're controlling the seats, the heated seats. Seat memory is going to be over here on the driver's side, and I think it's over there on the passenger side too. So kind of a nice thing. I've had a few people ask me what vehicles actually have that on both doors, because I've talked about how more vehicles should have that. Well, here's one that does. And very comfortable seating, nice bolstering, so when you're exercising that horsepower, depending on what you have under the hood, it can be more useful than not. You've got the bolstering here to help out with that. And when we get into the interior, I'm going to have Carrie go ahead and hop on in here. I tell you what, it gets interesting. So we have more than one screen, that's for sure. We're going to close the door over there just to get rid of some of our exterior noise. There we go. And you've got technology from one side to the other. You know, recently we did the new Cadillac Escalade that is going to be coming out at some point in the near future. It's a 2025 model, and it had what they called pillar-to-pillar screens. Well, you have something very similar to that here. Here's Carrie's view over there. I'm going to let him manage that screen a little bit just to kind of show you what it does, because obviously the passenger has some options. A pretty neat thing. Nothing new for Mercedes Benz, but it is new to the S Class. So we also have your traditional center screen here. And I was talking about how you could actually see action taking place on the screen. You can go up here and change a lot, even effects. So if you wanted to go in here and make changes, there's how you do that. If you want it to be bright or dim it down some, there's how you do that. And obviously a multitude of colors. I like how you can actually have different colors in different areas throughout the vehicle in different places. So that's a really cool thing. And we'll hop in here, and really a similar setup to what we saw right over there with the screen on the passenger side, but obviously you can go in here and make a lot of different changes depending on what you want to do with the vehicle. There's vehicle right there, so you can go in, you can see what all is there. You can select literally anything and everything. I'm just looking for the place that says turn on the automatic coffee maker. Something like that. It's bound to be here somewhere, and I just haven't found it. But the thing I like here is how easy this is to use. You can literally use what I like to call the hunt and peck method. So depending on what you need to do, you can hunt and peck your way around, and you can find it. It's just that simple. And right down here, obviously you've got some of your traditional switches, but most everything is found within the infotainment screen. But keep in mind, this is the updated MBUX system, so that means you can still talk to Mercedes. I don't want to say it too loud or she might answer me and say, make change. You can change the ambient lighting, you can change the air conditioning temperature, you can do all kinds of things. It's just practically endless. And real quick, while we're sitting here, we're not going to do this for very long, but I'm going to start the vehicle real quick, and I want to go into reverse real fast here just so we can show you, well, what the cameras look like. So you can see what all you have there as far as that goes. There are different views that you can use. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, by the way, but it did anyway. But you can see what we have here. I told you earlier about that, how you have all these different views around the vehicle that give you a multitude of options to see what's going on with the vehicle. That's really cool. I like what's going on here. And then we'll work our way down towards the bottom here and show you some of the functionality as far as, if you're wondering where your USB ports are for the front seat, there they are. And then we also have a few other features here as far as our cup holders go, a little bit of space here. And if you want to conceal all of that away, well, you can do that. And something that's not new to Mercedes Benz, that's for sure, the Bombay doors that open the center console up. But a nice look there. It looks classy, even another USB port right there, and a little bit of space within that area. Now, hope a lot of you are enjoying having Carrie talk about the driver's seat. We're going to switch places, and that's exactly what we're going to do now.
Welcome to Carrie's Driving Lounge. Kick panel, Mercedes-Benz emblem, lit up on both sides of the car. We're going to step in here and talk about some of these interior features from the driving position. Traditional Mercedes-Benz steering wheel, where you have your automatic parking, headlight controls right here. You have your intermittent control for your wipers on this stalk right here. Shifter paddles. Here's your upshift, your downshift on this side here. We have your steering wheel controls on this side with your interior lighting adjustment, your cruise control activation button with your distance control, airbag. That's kind of hard plastic. It'd be nice if that was a softer leather. The horn button right there also. You have on the other side of the steering wheel your telephone button. You have your speaker adjustment right here, your little button where you talk to the car, push it and tell it to do stuff. Not now, the screen's lit up. Is there a heads up? I don't see heads up on this car. I think it does have heads up right there. It does have heads up. You can't see it right now. Oh, there it is. Heads up display. Take a look, people. There it is. Screen, you have your very nice MBUX screen. It's very, very, very crystal clear in there. You have your shifter knob right here for your park, reverse, drive. Your adjustment right here for the steering wheel controls. Up, down, telescoping. Your start, stop button with your automatic, what do you call that thing, Tom?
Start, stop.
Yeah, start, stop. That's what it's called, start, stop. Up top here, we have your traditional interior controls for your lighting, your dome lights, your back seat lights, those things there. Your SOS button, and your slider for your roof, right there. And the mirror. Hey, there I am right there in the mirror. And ambient lighting all across. This ambient lighting is very, very, very amazing. And what else is there? I think, oh, here's a feature right here Tom didn't mention. There's a camera that's looking at you right here, which, according to my information, is for Zoom meetings. So you're in your vehicle and you need to have a meeting with somebody, and you can set up and activate and do Zoom meetings with that, but you have to be not on the move, stopped and in park. Otherwise, that will not work. So that's the end of Carrie's Driving Lounge for today.
So tell me what you think down in the comments section. Is the 2024 Mercedes Benz E Class a great S-Class alternative? You definitely won't pay as much, that is a fact. So tell me what you think about this model. I want to say a special thanks to my friends here at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport for loaning us this model for the day. A special thanks to Carrie for helping to film, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for giving me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. If you haven't subscribed just yet, please make sure you do. That way you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we will see you there.